Thank you, Dr. Judy Perez-Caro and the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Thank you, Professors Hoffman and Lauber, for that warm introduction into your virtual home. And thank you to OPIC's Director, Morgan Lynn-Olesker. Thank you, Natasha Tverdnin and Outlaw, and everyone who had the courage and made the time to attend this virtual event. I am Prince, a multiculturally and multi-ethnically Black, gay-identifying lawyer that recently graduated from the Law Center. And I want to share with you 3 reflections about my experience. First, I had never before integrated my identities and my profession before law school. I came to law school days after ending my military service. Before law school, I had worked for employers that did not create meaningful space for people like us. I grew up in communities that still do not protect us, let alone affirm us. And being fully transparent, I did not grow up in a family that supported love as untraditional as ours. I grew tired of the embarrassment, the fear, and the risk of being myself, and I decided to change my life in multiple and simultaneous ways with my law school applications. I wanted to attend a great law school located in a city where all my identities had a strong presence, both on and off campus. I wanted to attend a school that celebrated differences while preparing me to be a high-performing attorney. Washington, D.C. fit all my criteria, and of course, Georgetown was my #1 choice. In my application, interviews, virtual coffees with student leaders and alumni, I made a point to mention how important my racial and orientational identities were to me. I prioritized my safety and my self-integration in my legal training. I graduated from Georgetown as an intersectionally integrated legal professional. Second, at Georgetown, I realized that how we love is vital to our practice. Love is core to everything we do as attorneys. Whether you work with multinational corporations, indigent clients, nonprofit think tanks, small businesses, or firms of any size, you will be tasked to address problems between people with other people. And no matter how impersonal the contracts read, or how cold the written briefs feel, or how frigidly hierarchical the org chart appears, people are at the core of all legal challenges. And oftentimes the legal challenges are proxies for interpersonal conflict that people can solve, because only people can heal people. The extra dimension of empathy we acquire through our courageous, non-traditional love, by loving families who may not affirm us, by being advocates for and in communities that invisibilize us, and by nonetheless maximizing professional experiences that struggle to include us, whether out or not. Empathy is the key ingredient in resolution and success. We are great lawyers because our struggles to love give us the empathy to author healing. And third, Georgetown availed to me a network of other queer identifying and queer affirming professionals who practice and lead with love. Georgetown ushered me into a universe of classmates, peers, friends, professors, administrators, supervisors, and employers who do in fact lead with love. This community supports queer people on principle. By default, I was treated with dignity. By choice, my intersectional identity afforded me authenticity and credibility. And by fate, my idiosyncratic style and my brand of lawyering was holistically celebrated. My Georgetown community celebrated me lawyering with love. Therefore, I thank Georgetown Law for creating these meaningful spaces for us to develop into holistic practitioners and actualized intersectional professionals, whether out or not. But Georgetown law is not an inanimate legal fiction. It is not an amorphous concept that is all of us and none of us. We have responsibility. The Law Center is each and every one of us. For the last 150 years, we have made 150 versions of the Law Center that generally trend better and better. And with the unprecedented challenges we face right now, each of us has community building work to do this year. Each of us has to build our community to be more inclusive, more affirming, more empathetic, and more loving. We have to treat each other well, with grace, with respect, with empathy, and with cheer. In every Zoom lecture, every email, every group chat, every virtual coffee, every study session, and in every student org meeting, each of us must use our virtualized connection to make our 150th self our best self. Thank you for your time, everyone. And back over to you, Dr. Perez-Caro.